Hey everybody, it's Professor Malat with another weekly overview. This week is week 7, and we are finally wrapping up our first writing unit, the Rhetorical Analysis project. You've done your rough drafts, and now we are moving into peer review and revision. A lot of the students don't understand why peer review is so important, so I've taken a few minutes to record a video that will hopefully help you understand why peer review is such an important part of the writing process. Um, so, I have some readings for you this week focusing on peer review. The first one is giving feedback for peer review. This is from Purdue OWL. A lot of students are confused when it comes to peer review because they don't feel like they have the expertise to give really good guidance. But one thing that you really need to remember and is important for being a good peer reviewer or peer review partner is to have a balance between criticism and praise. So it's a good idea to start off with something positive before you start picking things apart. But the other thing to keep in mind is even though you might not feel like you have the skills to be a great writer, you still are somebody who can read. And by having an extra set of eyes to read through your writing, to review your writing, that can help the writer know when something might not make very much sense. Because when we write, we're close to the material. We know it, it's been in our heads, we've been living with it, and it makes sense to us because we're so close to that material. However, when somebody else reads it, they might not understand the background behind your topic or some of the key points that you're trying to make. So it's always good to have somebody else read through your material. That way, you know whether or not it makes sense. So this page from Purdue Owl gives a lot of good tips. You can just look through it really quickly. You don't have to do a lot of in depth reading for it. So that's that. Then we have a couple of readings from the University of Mississippi Ret Lab regarding revision. So, two things that you need to revise is structure, but also style, using your word choice, as well as words that are perhaps sensitive to your audience. So, these three readings are really good and very key for helping you to understand revision. I also have a revision strategies page here on Canvas. Um, this video is a little bit older, but it's still pretty relevant. It's on editing, proofreading, and revision strategies. And there is a recap of information that's presented in this video here on the page. I take you through several different revision strategies. One is called worms, what I really mean to say. Another one is called says and does. This is sometimes an activity that I will do in class with my face to face classes. I provide a revision example of my own from when I was in graduate school. And then we have a couple of other ones. One is called reverse outlining. This can help you see how logically your writing is put together. And the other one is called Marie Kondo. If you're familiar with excuse me, the Japanese organizing expert Marie Kondo, she has this whole idea, does it spark joy? So for those of you who might do like a really random brain dump in your rough drafts and you need some help cutting out the words so that you aren't going over the maximum page count or the maximum word count, this might be a good exercise for you. There is also a revision and editing checklist that you can look through, not only to review your own paper, but think about things that you might want to address in your peer review. So things like title, introduction, the thesis, organization, conclusion, sentence structure, wordiness, verb usage, punctuation, spelling, and mechanics. Again, that's not something that I expect you to know right off the top of your head. If you I don't expect you to be copy editors in your peer review. If you catch a mistake, fantastic. If not, no big deal, right? And things like MLA citation, proofreading, so on and so forth. So that's a handy checklist that you can download. I do have an updated one. I will try to dig that out and post it for you. We might have that new one for the research project. Several videos, of course, this overview, the peer review video that I talked about. If you would rather not hear from me, which I get it, sometimes you get told listening to the same person all the time. There are also several other videos on peer review. Um, so the first one gives you tips, 7 tips for a good peer review, how to be a great peer editor, the things that you can do. The second one talks more about peer review comments, focusing on global and higher order concerns and leaving specific comments. The third video is a tutorial of how to do peer review in Canvas. Um, this is relevant even for my in-class students because we will be utilizing Canvas. It's good to know how to use the tools in peer review. So make sure that you watch this tutorial. If we are in class, I will walk you through how to do it. But for those of you who are in the online class, you absolutely need to watch this tutorial because that's the only way that we are going to be able to exchange ideas and leave comments on other people's papers. Um, I have a few videos on revision. Again, this is the video that is linked in the revision strategies Canvas page for the reading. Then there is one on how to revise from Crash Course, and another one, what is editing from Crash Course. So this week, not a whole lot to do. You just need to complete your peer review. I would like you to try to get that done by Thursday, the 22nd. That way, the person that you have reviewed has enough time to implement any feedback that you may have given. Likewise, it gives you enough time to make any changes that you may not have been aware of for your revision. And then we have the rhetorical analysis project revision. For the peer review, please just make sure to read through the directions. You're not submitting anything to the assignment page. It's simply acting as kind of a reminder for you to complete, so it'll show up in your to-do list. Once you are assigned a peers paper to review, and the tutorial talks more about this, addresses how to do that. Once you are assigned a peers paper to review, you will have something show up on Canvas, and it will take you into the peers paper, and you can leave your comments, feedback. You can do highlighting and all sorts of stuff. It's really pretty cool. It's similar to what I do when I provide feedback on your assignments, um, except it's for a peer. So that will show up in Canvas somewhere in your to-do list or assignments list. Um, then the rhetorical analysis project revision is just taking the comments and feedback that you receive from both me and your peer reviewer and applying them to your rough draft. So you don't have to completely redo something new. It's just a revision, right? Make any changes that need to be made, whether it's editing changes or a significant revision, right? So this is just a copy of what you saw for the rough draft, but you're implementing those changes. Again, we have, oh, I need to remove the points from this. We have a rubric here, and you have multiple attempts to submit or resubmit. So, if you accidentally upload the wrong file, you can go back in and resubmit. If it's over those 3 attempts, like if you're having some kind of severe technical problem, please email me and let me know, and we'll arrange to get the paper to me in another way. Okay. I'm going to edit this rubric right here on Canva, Canvas, um, so that I can remove the points and you aren't confused by the point value suddenly showing up. Okay, so that is that. Stop sharing. We do have, I'm in the midst of getting some kind of an assessment tool up for you so that you know where you stand in this course grades wise, as far as how well you have met the contract grade grading contract. Words are hard. Uh, how well you have fulfilled your part of the grading contract up through the first 7 weeks. This is going to be kind of a midterm. What did I call it? I think I'm calling it a midterm grade check so that you know how well you're doing, whether you need to put in a little bit more effort or whether you're fine and you're at a B or above, right? Those of you who have put in extra work and have been extremely attentive as students, you're going to have a little bit higher grade than just the mainline B, which is, if you're doing everything that you're supposed to do in the grading contract, you will get a B, right? But I want you to know where you are right in the middle of the semester. That way you can decide, well, do I need to withdraw from the class? Do I need to put in a little bit more effort? Am I fine just how I am? That kind of thing. I think it's good for you to know. And I did say in the syllabus that I would provide you with an update right around the middle of the semester so you can plan your lives accordingly. All right. So I look forward to seeing your revisions. Your projects have been great so far. I'm really enjoying what I've been reading through and watching. Um, and keep in mind, as a heads up, we will be transitioning into the research project and we'll be doing things a little bit differently. I will have a video on that coming up in week 8. So be on the lookout for that. In the meantime, have a great week. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.